you could have a cheeky GSP via the Khabib match as well.
That'll
While
be-
everyone's
that'll be
sort of
next
fighting
year
in the
sometime.
background.
Catch weight, right?
They could
But I'm
just
just-
jump in the middle there.
I will just say though,
It means nothing if it's a catch weight, though. I don't think you either have GSP fight a catch weight fight at 165 against Khabib, but there's no title on the line, right? It's just who is the greatest fighter. But the UFC don't like to match those kind of fights like that. They want a big fight like that to be for some sort of championship.
So if it's not GSP, who do you reckon would be worthy of that 30?
No one. There's
Not
no
even
one Khabib.
Ferguson. Like
Ferguson would have to
well
ascend to
into
the Ferguson would have to have a run where he clears out every person at the top of that division. He'd have to probably rematch. He'd have to probably rematch and beat Gagey. He'd probably have to beat Dustin, and he'd have to beat Connor. Like he'd have to have like a really strong run against the top of those guys for Khabib to be like, all right, I'll come back and fight Ferguson now. But I just
Reel
don't
me in,
think he
Wooch.
will.
Reel me in.
or Connor would have to just smoke everybody in spectacular fashion, and then maybe you could do a Khabib or Connor too.
I know that's
Yeah.
what the UFC want. I just don't think Khabib wants it. I think he wants GSP, and that's
Right.
I'm talking like Connor smokes everybody, and
I
then
think Khabib would want to come back to do the
talk
same
some
fight.
more shit about Khabib's wife or
Yeah.
something and gets him
Chuck
out.
someone
Do you
else in
reckon
there.
like GSP
Yes.
be on the same level, or is it like just WWE trying to bring back in the veterans?
No,
just for
GSP
just
will
a
never be
laugh
as good as he
fight?
was when he was like 28
but
on
we
that
don't know,
amazing
though.
streak. But
the only reason I think he
he's
wouldn't
still
be as
really
good
good.
is because he's cutting more weight.
yeah,
That's what I think.
I-
And
Yeah,
maybe he's a bit
155
older and slower, but
and chuck some ring rust in there,
Yeah.
sprinkle that on top.
it's a hard conversation to have, as you said, because Khabib on paper should win, especially if it's at 155. But as we were saying before, like it's GSP. I think if he fought at 170 and he shows up as good of a shape that he's ever been, which we don't know, it's been 4 years off. How do we know he shows up in the same shape? But when he showed up to fight Bisping after 4 years, he looked excellent. And he looked
Picked a
thick
good
too, man. He
middleweight
looked
opponent to
big.
come back to
Yeah.
as well.
Very strategic move. So I don't think he was going to do that against Whitaker or like whoever was the sitting champ at the time. Yeah, I think the best version of GSP should be Khabib. It's just, will we see the best version of GSP?
How
come
cool
back?
would that